Hey everyone, today I'm creating these birthday cards using the May 2023 sheet loader card template. This is from Call Me Crafty Owl, and I'll put a link below to her website and all the details about how you can get the sketch. I am part of the collaboration team, so I will also include a link below to a playlist where you can check out all of the videos from all the collaboration team members. We all take a different approach every single month, and it's super exciting to see what everybody creates because it always has a very, very unique twist. Oh, and before I forget, there is also a hashtag in the title of the video, so you can also click on that to check out the other collaboration videos as well. All right, this paper pack I have here is from Paper Rose, and it is a 6x6 paper pack with 18 sheets. There are 6 different designs that are double-sided, so 12 patterns. And it is called Little Basics 1.1. I have not been able to find it in scrapbook.com's website, but I will put a link below to where you can purchase it from Paper Rose directly, and I'll also put a link to a couple of similar paper packs if you like this look. All right, I'm sorting through and I'm trying to figure out which patterns do I think would work well for this card sketch. And I'm not wanting to do lots of different combinations of designs. I don't want to get to the end and need to match up lots of different combinations. So I'm making my decisions really early on, and I'm picking 6 designs that will be the main body of the card. And so that's that main component that will have a black mat. And then I'm going to flip over to the double-sided piece for the second part of the pattern paper. This is really, really simple to cut up. I am just cutting these pieces down to the particular panel style, and I'm going to have pieces left over. 2/3 of the paper will get used for this project, and then I'll be left with a big pile of 18 2x6 strips, and I have an idea for what I'm going to do for those. So if you are interested in seeing what I do, then maybe click on the subscribe button or the notification bell, and then you will know when I've uploaded another video. I have pre-cut all the black layers, so the ones under these big panels, and then also the smaller pieces that will do the design element in the top left. And I'm literally just laying everything out so I've got a good view of what the cards are going to look like. This card sketch is absolutely brilliant for bulk card making, and I feel like I can smash through some paper packs using this one, so you will definitely see me use it again, I'm 100% sure. Especially when it does create that 6x2 leftover, which is perfect for other card designs, and you don't end up with lots of little bits and pieces. So watch this space, I'm sure I'll use it again. I have fiddled with which side of the pattern paper, and I'm creating 3 exactly the same, so I'll have 18 cards today. And I'm lining up all of these black little panels because I'm going to get all the cards ready to go, and then I can sit down and glue everything together in one sitting. I have just realized that I keep saying I have a 6x2 inch leftover piece. That is actually 6 inches by 2 1/4 because these panels on the front here are 3 3/4 by 5 because of the black mat. The reason I remembered is because these small little pieces here that I'm putting onto the feature, they are supposed to be a 3/4 of an inch wide, and I chose not to cut them down any further, and I've left them at 2 inches by 1 inch. So that does make that white piece slightly smaller, but I have the perfect sentiment stamp that I'm going to use for that, so it doesn't really matter that it's slightly different, but I just thought that I would mention that I have adjusted that slightly. When I was going through, I did choose to reuse some sides of the pattern paper just because it matched up better with the other one that it was complementing. So it's not every piece of pattern paper on display here. Some of them are being reused. Okay, to figure out which sentiment I'm going to use, I grabbed a couple of different sentiment sets, and you can see I've got my little piece of cardstock, and I'm trying to figure out what is going to fit quite well on that particular size. Now, the happy birthday stamps from scrapbook.com, there wasn't really anything on that would fit. And then the thank you stamp set on the right-hand side might have worked, but I was kind of keen to do some more birthday cards. So at the moment, I'm just trying to pick between all of these different options on this MFT stamp set. In the end, I just selected a basic happy birthday and I went with that. There is Make-A-Wish and Celebrate and many other different sentiments that seem related to birthdays, but I figure happy birthday fitted perfectly on this side of rectangle. Now you can see here with my MISTI, I'm going through super quickly. I'm putting a pile of 3 or 4 different rectangles with my magnet, and then I'm only needing to stamp these once. Now, if I don't get a clear stamp, I do it a second time, but because I'm using this VersaFine pigment-based ink, you don't need to stamp it 2, 3, 4 times to get a really solid stamp. Just once and you'll get something really, really clear. I'm now attaching the little piece of pattern paper and the sentiment to these little black panels. The way that I do that is I do the sentiment first, and I'm making sure that has the perfect border around the edge. And then I butt up the pattern paper right to the edge of the white cardstock. By doing it this way, if I've cut anything slightly bigger or smaller than it needs to be, then I can trim down that left-hand side where there's no border. Just makes it super, super easy if the measurements aren't perfect. Now, I have a question for everyone. I love donating cards, and there are a couple of places that I do this regularly. But what I'm wondering is, do you know if there's any resources in Australia, or New Zealand, I guess, where people do card drives or places that you can regularly donate cards? I would love to find additional places to donate, and I have not had the opportunity to spend the time digging around. I've done a few quick searches on Google and found not much. So if you know great places that accept cards, either written on or blank, or are looking to do card drives, then if you could add a comment below, then that would be super helpful. Also, I do not use Facebook, but if you're part of Facebook groups and there are people that you think might enjoy my video, then please feel free to share it with your crafting community. That is absolutely okay and is super helpful actually. The final step is to attach the panels to the white card bases. Now, I always do this upside down, so I start attaching the panel from the crease in the card fold. This just means if I haven't cut everything perfectly, I have the ability to trim things down. For the most part, these ones were pretty straightforward, and I did an okay job of making sure I was consistent, even with the matting layers. So for these 3 here, you can see I am literally adding the bottom and then adding the panel on top, and these 3 are 100% complete. When I was working through the next 3, and you can just see I have these cards scattered all over my desk. When I was doing these blue ones, you will notice that I think the 3rd one in, it was not cut to the correct size, and I had extra white space. So I just grabbed my trimmer and then I just cut that down a little bit. And then it is slightly different to A2, but no one will ever know. And it does mean that the white border around the edge is nice and consistent, and the card has a really good aesthetic. If you have been watching sheet loader card videos but have not yet given it a try, I highly encourage you to do so. You do not have to follow the sketch completely, and it absolutely gets my creative juices going when I sit down with one of these sketches, either for the current project or I come up with ideas for my next one. I have put a link here to a playlist where I've created cards using Paper Rose paper packs. If you enjoy their packs, then I'm sure you'll love the playlist. Have a great day.